Hello and welcome to the Your Partnerships Meet, and I'm so pleased to have Victoria Edwards in the set with us today. So Victoria, all things construction and
Yes.
your world and everything. So tell the people watching a little bit about yourself and what your business is.
Sure, yeah. So I describe it as basically everything to do with property. So we can renovate or build yours because we have a construction company, Edley Construction. So we're based in Newton Abbot in Devon. We work kind of a 45-minute radius of there. So we do Exeter, Torbay, Plymouth, Newton Abbot, obviously, and all surrounding areas. So that is our primary business. My husband is the builder. I am the business.
But his name's not Bob, though, anyway.
His name is not Bob. No, his name is Alex. But he's incredibly talented at what he does. The quality that he offers, he goes above and beyond for our clients. So, so we can do everything on your property. We also have some of our own properties, so private rentals. We're building a bungalow at the moment, which is quite an exciting, quite a stressful project. Lots of spinning plates. So we do that on that side. But our focus for the future and what we're focusing on at the moment is providing properties for supported living. Also social housing as well, but that's slightly different, but mainly on the supported living side.
Yeah, there's a big gap in the market. Well, shouldn't say a big gap in the market. High demand.
Exactly.
Supported living, lots of things, and I know we've talked before, went on set, that you're looking at more of people with high needs, complex needs, stuff like that. But everything from we're all living longer as well, so everything from the older generation needs to everything else. So
exactly. Yeah, like as you said, it's a huge demand, and that demand is kind of only ever growing, and it's harder and harder to get into. So the availability of landlords that are willing to work in this space is increasingly, difficult for us to do. You kind of have to educate yourself. You have to know the things not to do, the types of properties that just won't work. And then you've got to work with local authorities whose boundaries and budgets are constantly changing as well. But
every time there's an election.
Exactly. And even in between,
Yes.
But that is our main focus at the moment. We've got a good reason to get into that. I actually was raised in social housing myself.
Okay.
And those properties were disabled adapted because my second mum had muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
So we went from an ordinary home when she had a walking stick all the way through to a home that essentially was a hospital. We had a hospital bed, we had ceilings, hoists in the ceiling, so I know firsthand how important those properties are.
We'll talk afterwards. I used to volunteer for MS Society back in the States.
I did, yeah. And not just for the person that needs that care support, it actually allowed her to remain at home for right up until the end of her life, which was her main wish. She didn't want to be in hospital, as most of us don't want to be, especially when we're feeling poorly. So, but also for the families that live with those people as well, those homes are really important.
Well, it's, as we all know, dignity, respect, and being with your family, that's most important.
Yeah. And, we're only a small business. It's myself and my husband. We work with a couple of subcontractors. We're not going to change the world overnight, but if we can provide at least a handful of homes to those families and those people, for me, that's a really nice legacy to leave behind. I'm hoping that our children get involved in that in the future as well. That's what we're looking to do.
Yeah, but changing one or two lives is changing your part of the world.
It is. Yeah.
You don't want to change the entire world. Way too much hassle. Way too much hassle.
Exactly. We'll leave that for the politicians and stuff. That's not for me.
Please not. Please not. Yeah. Let's get a better solution than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we won't go down that road.
Yes, exactly.
So what if so you're looking at just your general area for that in principle.
Yeah, at the moment.
So people in that geographical area that you've already described, if they've got a house or a project or anything, I know we'll have your contact details on here, but what's the journey look like? What does it look like for somebody working with you guys?
So at the moment, we're reaching out to care providers because they're kind of our most important contact. So we need to understand what the demand for property is in our local area. That changes by care provider, depending on the type of care that they can provide and the types of people that they work with, and also the location that they're looking at. But what I'm hearing a lot from the care providers that we're already searching for is that they're having people having to move out of county. So we've having because there's just not enough houses where we are. So ultimately we're looking for properties that need a considerable amount of work. There's something a bit out of the box about them. They're not they're too big a project for people starting out buying their own home.
Yep.
They're maybe in a bit of a quirky area. There might be something, in the deeds that's a little bit weird. All of that stuff is something that we can kind of come up with a solution for. Landlords exiting because their property's not making enough anymore, or it's a bit tired and they're just kind of done with it. So those are the types of properties that we're obviously looking to take on. They do obviously have to be suitable for a care provider that we're working with, but a lot of the time they're just looking for a standard 2-bed home.
Yes.
We're working with a provider that's looking for children's homes, but just for an individual child with a carer. And they just basically just want to fit in with the community. So they just want an ordinary 2-bed home. So nothing is kind of dismissed. We will kind of look at anything, but we need to be able to do the work to it, add that value to it, and then lease it obviously to our local councils.
To the council itself.
And all local authorities, yeah.
Exactly. We're talking off camera about you've got an event that you're planning coming up soon in the next several weeks or so, and you're looking for strategic partners to join you for I guess I'm dreaming of an evening. I don't know if it's the evening or afternoon or what, if you've even decided yet, but talk a little about what you're looking for there.
Yeah, so we're just looking to invite people really that just want to work with us or want to support in some way, shape or form what we're doing. So we're looking to obviously invite the care providers that we're working with and just open up conversations in the room. So between those people that are providing the care packages and are struggling to house people essentially where they live or want to live. We're also going to then invite business owners. So we're looking for people that just want to shout about what we're doing. If they're a business in our local community, pretty much everybody knows somebody of somebody that needs a home like this. That it could just shout about what we're doing. People that would happily provide some form of sponsorship. So, as I said, if they're a skip company, if they could provide a skip at a discounted rate or free of charge for each project that we do, that just helps us keep the costs down and helps us provide more homes essentially. And then also just working with business owners or people like that, basically, again, that just want to support our business in any way that they can. So.
And I assume, of course, when you talk about sponsorship, you hit in my world now. But I'm assuming you'll have a package of payback for them as well for heightened awareness about them helping on the projects.
Yeah. So obviously through all the social media stuff, we're also part of a couple of supported living groups as well. Cool. Which is basically a powerhouse of people doing the same as what we're doing across the UK. So they will obviously also shout about all of these people. We go to lots of networking events.
Really?
Lots of, obviously your partnerships. Lots of, obviously, there's, supported living conferences and things coming up. So there's all sorts of places that these people will be recognised for the help that they're offering. And, again, back to the local authorities as well. They will hear about them too. So
excellent.
Yeah.
No, I know that it's wonderful because we talked off camera as well. But my wife works in this industry, so I know exactly how high the demand is and how vital it is as well.
Yeah.
And how important it is. I mean, because it's. I didn't know. You didn't say before about your mother's situation, but how important it is to have that correct facility, for the needs, because it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the right facility, then it makes every single moment of every single day a challenge that doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
That's,
and even just getting hold of those properties, as I said, they were social housing, but there was a fight every time that need became, higher and, the adaptations need to be something different.
Yeah.
It was always a constant fight to try and get those properties. We were very fortunate that we managed to do so.
Right.
There are lots of people that, as I said, don't.
Yeah.
They're being told to move out of county or they just can't get hold of them. They get told to go on a register with everybody else searching for housing, which everybody is entitled to a home and somewhere safe to be.
Course.
But when you've already got a vulnerability, finding a home, is such a bigger challenge.
Yeah, it adds to all of that.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's not nice for family to be able to be near or really relocate that family. It has to go with that person as well.
Yeah,
so,
and it's the services that are available to them as well.
Yeah.
I speak to, there's a charity that provides education for children with special needs. And they've had people that are told to move out of county because they haven't got a home here, but they're not just moving away from their family, they're moving away from the services that they need.
Their whole support system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's just not right. And, the more people that join this space and do something about it,
Excellent.
the better.
Well, I really want to help you with that. And then,
Yeah.
same thing with your sponsors. If you want some extra support on that, tap me up. I'll help out with that as well.
Yeah.
So your first time out to the Corker Media, you found it quite easy enough, you said, which is good. What do you think of the whole atmosphere and everything about it?
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, really chilled. As I said, it's just having a conversation, isn't it? I think everyone's a little bit nervous about being on camera, being watched.
Camera? I didn't see a camera.
But yeah.
Nobody told me there's a camera here. What's going on?
But yeah, no, it's nice and chilled, chilled environment.
Absolutely. And I told Victoria, and I'll say it out loud, my advice always never watch them back personally, but that's up to you. I never do.
I probably will.
Well, it's up to you.
But,
well, when you watch this bit back and go, hey, he told me not to watch it.
I know. I should have listened. Oops.
Totally up to you, not a problem. Yeah, on that same note as well, if you ever want to come out to the studio, if anybody watching it comes up to, let me know, we'll get you out and everything. But I want to say thank you to Corker Media itself, and also Jay behind the production desk there, taking care of us, making us look wonderful.
Yes, the editing.
He doesn't do magic. Not talking about you, talking about me. But no, thank you so much for coming out today, and I really appreciate it. And if you want to learn more about these guys, click on all the links, all the connections and everything. And they are some good, honest people that will they'll listen to what you need, and they'll let. I don't mind. I hope you don't mind me saying this. You'll let them know we can either do it or we can't. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
So and they're not going to try to sell you something they can't do, or take you down some road that you can't afford to do, or any of those things. So Victoria, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Tell
for
Bob.
having me.
Oh, sorry. Tell your man I said hi and everything. Good to see him again sometime soon. But thank you for watching today, and thanks Corker Media, and we'll see you all soon.